France, they can't hear us.
It's back.
Okay, I think I hear it.
Oh, okay, we good. We're
We're
back.
live in effect.
In effect, we good? We gravy? Let me find out I broke the
Here we
servers
go.
and whatnot. I broke the audio link.
Ah!
What happened here?
Everybody from Philly
Rita
is
broke the
disrupted.
screen.
So,
She came in with the Philly accent and everything went downtown from there, man. Like, she broke the server.
Rita, welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so appreciative. First of all, congratulations to you guys for even having this platform. Like, what? This is crazy right now.
No, we're happy, and we have to thank you for giving us so much news to always talk about because you have been selected to be a panelist for the 6 week tournament that we're covering every week. And it's an honor first and foremost. Obviously, it's a very difficult job. It's not one that I envy or I want to be in a position in. We have to ask. 2 weeks in, what's the experience like as being a judge for battle rap?
2 weeks in, it's still very fun. Sorry, Anwar's messing with me. It's very fun.
Tell
It's still
Anwar go to the other room, man.
Yeah. Tell everyone turn the volume down.
It's an echo.
Anwar, you need to move your phone.
It's a playback, Anwar.
He's so
Tell that
cute.
man to get some
That's my
AirPods.
play.
Pop his AirPods in. Go to another room.
So he just ran all the way upstairs.
But you know what? I ain't mad because he's so proud of his baby. He support. That's what every woman wants. Every boss lady wants a man behind her, supporting her, and all that good stuff. So I ain't mad. Go ahead.
Salute to everyone holding it
The
down,
pods is
man.
in, the pods is in. Let's get back to business. You know what I'm saying? He always being disruptive. He always trying to be in my mix, you know what I mean? But just the second week in doing this has been a lot of fun. First of all, creating that conversation amongst people is a beautiful thing. I love the fact that everybody is interacting a little bit more. You're hearing more thoughts from people, be it battle rappers or fans. You're getting everybody's perspective. You're getting it instantly. You're getting it on Twitter. You're getting it on Facebook, Instagram. So I love the conversation that is created.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff. And what's the pressure like watching the battle real time? It's so fast paced. You probably can't even get the notes down, and there's no crowd to actually kind of give you like little time slots in between, little break periods to really manifest the material.
um it's a lot of pressure because you have to take everything in at one time. We have a short amount of time to put in our votes to discuss everything afterwards, and just being able to take everything in at that one time and come up with a winner automatically, it's a lot of pressure.
Mm.
Okay, there's still a little bit of an echo.
I think maybe Rita has to put on the earphone.
Rita's phone.
My phone, no, it ain't.
Yeah. I think Rita might have to put on the earphone.
Are we good now? I
You
shouldn't
got to put
echo
on them
now.
Jones.
Okay, I think we're good.
Hold up. I think we
I
good
think
now.
we're good. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, there she go,
Oh,
pumping
I'm
that
sorry,
line.
y'all. I was in the middle. I was waiting for
No.
y'all to let me on, so I had to hear me. But hear me.
Listen, that's if that's her
Hey,
brunch
listen.
special, that's her
Now,
brunch special. Some of us have mimosas, some of us have
you
brunch.
do
We actually had ham,
you do your
French
thing,
toast,
man.
and cheese eggs for brunch.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Listen, man, they got in the mood for this thing, man. Salute to that. Salute to the couples having brunch, man.
Okay, well, I have a question. So,
go for it.
let's just get to it because I always say with battle rap, when you have battles being judged, we all don't see battles the same way. Some people love the angles more, some people love the punches more. With some, I ain't gonna say it's trolling, but I would say constructive criticism. Have you or the other judges been keeping up to date on what some of the fans are saying as far as like the judging of battles? I know with Tone, they were saying like he may say one thing but then do another thing when it comes to a battle. Have y'all been paying attention to the constructive criticism and trying to take that and then for the other battles to come and apply that to those battles?
The constructive criticism, yes. We of course, we pay attention to certain things. It's all about, growing and everybody kind of growing through this experience as well. Some people have judged before, some haven't. It's a growing experience, especially with this situation, with it being so big and it being on caffeine. Like, it's an overload of criticism coming in. But again, like I said, it's a learning experience. So you take from certain things and you apply that, the next time you guys see us on camera. Uncle Ra got it the worst the first week. And, the second week, you guys kind of saw him pull back. Not that he pulled back all the way, but he pulled back some. He's like, I'm not just going to be straight up just direct with these guys because, it's obviously an issue.
That's what's up.
Now, Rita, you guys have a job that I do not envy at all. I wouldn't want to be a judge. I want to sit back and critique and comment just like the rest of these people. How did you respond when they first asked you to be a judge? Did you have to mull it over? Was it something that you immediately wanted to do? Talk to me.
I immediately was like, no. Like, I literally just put myself in a line of fire. Like, everybody knows it. Like, I knew what was going to happen being a judge once the process gets started. Yes, it's all love when you're first announced and people are excited for you. But then once the process gets started, you're a big target no matter what. Like, you hold someone's future in your hands, and as well as 25K. And because the price went up, it was 10K, then it went to 15, then 25. Right. The pressure behind that just made it so much more. So at first it was like, it wasn't there yet, wasn't at 25K yet, but I was just like, no, immediately. Then I was like, let me think about it. Like, it's something fun to do. Number one. Number two, it creates conversation. And number three, why not take this opportunity? Like, I do some things, but why not take the opportunity to say, yes, I'll go through this experience with the community.
I have to ask, what's been the toughest battle to call so far out of the 8?
The toughest battle for me to call so far out of the 8 was Fonz and Kruger. I was like back and forth, like going through my notes. And I'm like, he's going to call me. He's going to text me soon. I got to hurry up and send it in. We're getting ready to get on cam, like Black and them, or they're up there hosting and speaking. And I'm like, damn it, I got to hurry up and send this in. That was tough.
That was a tough battle.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
I felt like Kruger, he matched the energy from Fonz. Like, Fonz had great, phenomenal rounds, but every time Kruger came back, it was like, whoa, he's kind of matching that energy there. So it was, that was a tough one to call for me.
Now, Rita, we know that you are a super confident woman. We know that you don't let things get to you. But in this battle rap thing, everyone loves you when, there's nothing on the line. Now there's things on the line and final judgments are there. People have their fans who are 100% supportive of them. At any point in time, did any of the criticism or anything that anyone had to say ever get to you? Like, damn, man, like, y'all really drawn right now. Like, I just gave my honest opinion. Y'all attacking me. Did you ever feel that after giving?
I feel like everybody, don't get me wrong. I did mention during the Ace and Bad News battle that, he bit the bait. I felt it was important to mention that because of the entertainment aspect associated with that battle and the face-off and everything. It was important to mention that, as well as not sound like I'm going to repeat something that my other fellow judges are going to say. I knew Tony Bro was going to run it down, the whole list with the OBC and the old bars and he ran down a whole list of things that was wrong, cringe bars, things that we never want to hear again, like just a whole list of things. So I said, I'll focus on that part. I gave, Bad News the second round. Second round was dope. I gave him that second round, but he lost the battle to me overall.
Now, do you feel as a woman, I would say, I feel like you are getting a lot of the blunt of criticism, even though sometimes you wrote the same as other judges. I see Reda more in tweets and comments.
It comes with the perks of sitting next to Jay Black and things like that. That's one of the perks of that,
Now, as a woman, I know a lot of
as a woman,
a lot of ladies feel that, this is a very male-dominated culture, and sometimes our opinions, we can get dragged by men if we see something different than them. Do you feel like you're getting a lot of the blunt of the criticism because you're a woman versus some of the male judges on the panel?
Not necessarily. There are some males who have spoken out, who have met me personally. We've discussed battle rap like in person. So it's not just a, hey, I've only discussed battle rap with you via Twitter or online. No, you've seen me at events. That's why our slogan at the A&R show is we outside, because we actually are out there, and we discuss these
Mm.
battle
That's a
rappers.
fact.
So,
That's
you
a
know, at the
fact.
end of the day, everybody has their opinion. I mean, it
Mhm.
is what it is. I'm always open to conversation. However, when you're in an environment like Twitter where you can make a comment and you have maybe, let's say, 15 people chime in and give different perspectives for someone to go off of, as opposed to you having a conversation with them and they're using their own brain, it's a little bit different. The conversation goes a little bit different. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really get into a whole lot of the back and forth on Twitter. I do play around with, people that I'm cool with. I'll say a few things here and there, but the back and forth on Twitter, I don't do it. I'll see you guys. I'm outside. I'll be at events. It is what it is. We can always have a discussion.
I,
Now, speaking of being outside, I first met you guys at the Queen of the Ring event. What was it? Was it Watch the Throne, France? Was that the one that we
Was
were
Watch the
at?
Throne 3?
yes, Watch the Throne 3.
Watch the Throne 3, yeah. You had dreads then.
I
I was like,
did.
oh, all right, cool.
That was
We met, we all
hilarious because
powwow, kicked
everybody
it.
kept asking me, was I Duchess? And I'm like, I have no tattoos. Like, y'all are bugging right
Yo, I dead ass thought it was real dreads. And then, like, I look on Champion, I'm like, yo, wait a minute. I thought she was a dread. I'm like, is that the same chick I was dating? I'm like, what's going on here, man? And yeah, so that's when we first met, powwow, kicked it. I got a question outside of battle rap. How did you and Anwar first realize that you both had a passion for battle rap? Like, how did that combo come up?
It wasn't necessarily a conversation. We lived together. We were living together and we had just begun living together at that time. And my daily routine in the morning time was a podcast or music or something. And I've just been for a very long time. I smoke and watch something or listen to something in the shower. So I would wake up, take my shower for work, and I would be watching battles, or I would just on my day off be watching battles, and he would be like, "Oh, you don't know nothing about that. My homie's this person. I've been to this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like whatever. I'm not paying it no mind because it's like I don't see
Yeah.
you watching it, but I guess he was. So it's like
Uh-huh.
eventually started watching it together, and then we discussed going to our first event. There was an event coming up. He was talking heavy. I had to let him know what it was from the event prior to.
Ah,
Well, he over there making faces right now, but he know the vibes. He know.
yeah.
Yeah, but we decided on going to our first event together, and that's that. Like we just ever since then it's been like if it's in the budget, we're going to go to the event. Especially at that point in time, events were mostly held in New York.
Right.
The
Yeah.
good days.
Yeah,
I want to segue. You mentioned one day on Twitter that you would love to see a tournament for the ladies, and
correct.
I would absolutely ravish at that opportunity. But only question I have to ask to you: do you want to see it with the heavy hitters, the stars, the top tiers, or a little mix of like the talent that's kind of hot right now? What are you?
To
What?
me, I feel like with the ladies is you have so many top tiers that are like not really as active that they should kind of stay up there. Like you get what I mean? They are, one a year, maybe once every 5 year battlers, and they put on a great show. They have a great following. Those top tiers are a whole different level of top tiers, as opposed to the girls who are more active. And again, is to get these girls out there, to give them a look, to have their name put out there on a platform the same way that these guys have, no matter what the tournament price is, because this tournament started at 10K, you know what I mean? But it would be
Right.
nice to see the ladies get into a tournament and be able to have a winner of that tournament and be able to get their name pushed out there, because I feel like a lot of ladies feel like they're not getting a look. Right now battle rap with events not happening, it's kind of stagnant for them as well. Like we get a few battles here and there from them via quarantine battles and all of that, but it's not as much as what we would like to see. So if we could have a tournament that's something long term for these ladies to be put on a platform, that would be decent.
That'd be great.
I definitely agree. Shoot, let these girls get that bag too. And
Yeah.
it
And
is
there's
a
a lot
tournament.
of
They
stuff.
should be able to go for 25K too.
Yeah, like
the
I said,
purse
there's
because
a lot of them who have a great following,
Ow,
who can write
ow.
in 2 weeks, who have phenomenal bars, who can shake a room. They and on
right.
top of that, they're gonna come dressed to a T. Like, stop playing with us. Like,
Come on.
we
Y'all know y'all be looking at me.
extra on it. Like, so you're gonna get something for fellas, you're gonna get something for your eyes and something for your ears. Like,
Mm.
Ow, ow, ow.
yeah, your girl can't
Who
even
run the
that
world?
you watch a battle
Hey.
rap because you gotta tell her bring her girlfriends through and y'all watch it together. Like,
Come
come on,
on.
a house party, bring all the girls through and let's have a good time. Why not?
Oh my goodness. A whole
all
house of
men.
ladies
Let's
watching
get
battle
it.
rap. I need to go to my own room. It's going crazy now.
I want to say to the fans of the culture, stop gatekeeping these women from these opportunities, and let's ask the audience if there was a women's battle rap Ultimate Madness, who are some names you want to see in it? Let's ask the people in them.
And
We got
Watson,
Yoshi,
Yoshi, and Blue
Blue
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
I seen Casey
Mhm.
and Coffee already.
Got another one for Yoshi. Another one for
I
Casey.
like Yoshi.
I
Y'all
like
gotta give her some plates too. Let her come on. I like
Coffee,
Hey, I have
RX.
I have a cool name. Panic, First Lady of Cave Gang.
RX.
Panic.
Oh,
I like
yeah,
Panic.
yeah. Now for sure. And, man, if you think these guys are going at it for the 25K, you guys haven't seen the level of viciousness that the ladies will bring for that bag. It would get crazy, man.
And
The
I
person,
say
the
put a
trash
little
talking,
extra sauce on it, throw a little
Oh,
extra
my
gravy.
God.
You know the vibes.
Vlad,
extra seasoning, man.
you always mention the importance of that Vlad Couch when all the top tier names were making their name,
Oh,
and
man.
they will go do their promos there, their interviews, their shit talking, their call outs, their face offs. And you always said, imagine we had like a total slaughtered season type tournament for the ladies. It would have been so entertaining. And now you get a chance to
Listen,
have two face offs for the ladies, right? You get to add the storyline, the promo. You get to control the entire
yeah.
narrative. It's built for you. All you need is the talent to fill the rosters up.
Pretty
Listen,
much.
man. The
All you gotta
graffiti
do
is there. It's
find it.
already, yeah, it's already written on the wall. All they got to do is bring that talent in and just hit that record button, and
So we
it is
definitely
a
have a
wrap.
lot of ladies, doing tryouts for the Crucible as well. So these ladies are looking to get busy, like they're ready to work.
Right.
There's just nothing out there for them to do. Why not throw that little tweet on the timeline and see where it go?
No, because I
love it.
agree. I've seen a lot of girls submit to the Crucible and they hungry just as much as the men. But like I said, I know this is a male dominated culture, but y'all know y'all like to see two beautiful women on stage showing their stuff and then speaking their bars and barking on each other. Y'all know y'all like to see that. Let's go.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Let's get it together, yo.
Hey, let's put a ribbon on everything and let's ask the audience if they have any questions for Reda.
Yes. So Gaddis, Shuni, I see you, G.
I seen Torture in here. I
Oh
love Torture.
yeah, Torture representing Brooklyn. She definitely will
Yes.
be fire in
There's
that,
a lot
in
of,
that
like I
tournament.
said, there's a lot of ladies, and I know sometimes they might not think people care, but just looking at some of these comments, they name dropping some. Any questions for Reda though?
Yes, we have the open forum now, so anybody on the stream has any questions for Reda, shoot your way.
You want to see E Hard battle? I do too. When you gonna
Reda,
battle Reda from Felix?
When you gonna battle?
He said you got the
And
bars
what-
though.
You know, Anwar has put it out there that Reda got bars. Reda had a mixtape, and Reda was a rapper. So
Come on,
you know, we
Reda.
might need to
I
do.
didn't
We
like
might
to
need
tell
to do
people
some
that, but I
YouTube
did
deep
used to
diving.
rap. A lot of people don't know that I did used to rap. I used to be a writer. That writing was more so my strong suit, in my opinion. I used to love writing because I could just take that anywhere. And at the time that I was rapping and stuff, rap was very grungy and hardcore, and I was too young to be rapping about who I'm about to hit up on the block and all that. So I was like 12, 13, and I'm like rapping all this stuff. And these people are like, oh, like, I have friends and they're like, oh, I'm gonna introduce you to this person, rap for this person. She know how to rap. And it's like, I rap and they're like, yo, how old are you? What are you talking about, yo? Like, and it's like, oh, snap, see, maybe I should go back and read a book or something, right?
It's like a It's like a 13-year-old girl with the Beanie Siegel raps.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I was talking heavy, too heavy at like 12, 13. It
Allow
was
me to allow me to
ridiculous.
interject real quick. So you're telling me you used to write and rap? Oh, would you look at that? One of the panelists, the judges, actually was a participant in the art form. People are saying, "Oh, we need battlers, we need all this stuff." You have people here that have some experience in the art form. Period. And I would like to point out a little quick LTBR stat for you, Rita. 7 out of the 8 decisions the judges have made, the app agrees with. So I mean, 7 out of 8. I'll take those percentages all day, every day.
I think the only battle that really I think people look at me, well, they're not voicing their opinion about it because it's not really that much of a hot topic. But I chose Kruger over Fines.
It was a good
I mean,
battle.
but
It was
they
it was
both.
a
I
good
mean,
battle.
that was a good battle. They like that. Look, you ain't
I
gonna be able to please
gotta,
everybody.
I
Look,
gotta ask,
I just like the conversation. I'm fine with all the conversation that's going on.
I gotta ask, what made you pick Kruger over Fonz?
I picked Kruger over Fines because I felt like he matched his energy and just going over again, short amount of time. So reading over the bars back to back, that wasn't about to help me at all. Like, don't get me wrong, it helps, but when it comes down to the overall scope of things and sending in who I felt like won that battle, like I probably would have, if I would have been able to see that in the building with the venue, just being a fan or whatever, I probably would have had to sit and think about that for a minute. Like, whoa, let me. And he said this, and then he said that, and I probably would have came up with a decision like the next morning, like. Bro, it was one of those battles. Like I wouldn't have came up with a decision that night.
Well, I did see a question, but I forget who it's from because it disappeared. But they saying, what battle are you most excited to see next in the tournament? In like second round.
All of them. I think right now is an equal level of excitement right now. Everybody is coming to bring it, and we know that. Like there is no question of is somebody going to slouch or slack or no. All those players got put out the game. So it's crunch time right now. We getting closer and closer to that 25K. So I'm just super excited to see every battle. I gotta tone my excitement down some though. Like I'll be excited right before it gets started. It's like, yeah, let's go. And it's like, all right, get ready to write your bars. Come on, you gotta focus because it's crunch time.
I gotta ask, being that we had 2 Philly participants in the house, and after the Philly guys, you put in your vote and you were like, yo, Philly, don't say, Philly don't, support Philly and stuff like that. Now, I get it that you can definitely be totally like, listen, I'm judging it based upon who I thought won. But did you, after you said that comment and people were like, hey, a Philly person supporting a Philly person, did you feel like maybe I shouldn't have thrown that out there? Like, did that affect you at all?
No, that was personal for Easy. That wasn't for nobody else.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I understand how people took it though. I understand how people took it. I also said that I had big hand winning. So people look at that and say, oh, she said that after the battle and, she must be just being on some Philly bias stuff. But prior to it was the opposite. So again, you can't please everybody. That was right. That was a personal for Easy. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like,
right.
Oh, okay.
Rita, the final question I want to ask you. You mentioned Easy the block captain. There's a lot of little branches of style trees in this tournament. There's a lot of guys that kind of show little shades and flashes of some stars. And like they'll say at Fonz kind of sounds a little bit like Avin or Red. Jay Kruger sounds a little like JC, right? When Easy was battling Don in his delivery, trying to really paint his story to Don and the conviction and the way he delivered it, he gave me a little flash and shade of John to Don. Did you get that?
a little bit. A little bit. I see where you're going with that one.
Your Honor sounded like T Rex for like 30 seconds of his round, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I,
that's one of the great things about being one of the greats is just paving a way and kind of sprinkling your style amongst all of these guys and people just taking parts of, different people's style and putting it together. That's one of the, privileges of being a great.
I got one last question. How many cigarettes did Anwar smoke during the deliberation of Don Marino and Easy the Block
I
Captain?
don't know.
I know he had to be pacing his ass off.
I was
Chain
not
smoking
in.
3 cities.
They wouldn't let me in.
I could only imagine him sweating during that deliberation, man.
I think he probably was. I think he may have also been sweating for Ace as well.
Rita, we want to thank you for your time coming on Battle Rap Brunch. It's been great, and we can't wait to see you in action again next week for round 2.
I can't wait to watch our Rex. I love her. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is. Thank you too, Pooh.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for Rita.
So much for having me on. I will